I would gladly pay another $5 on my gas if it means that like people in other places don't have to worry about their lives being at risk.
He's just Sleepy Joe.
Originally you said a C overall, but you've only given me an F and 2 Ds, so.
We can put it down into smaller categories. I'm just trying to be nice.
A solid B, not really outstanding at all.
I think it dropped the overall from C- to probably a D now.
Yeah.
Gas prices are I don't think they're a huge worry.
He's leading this country in a, I don't know, more professional and just like a overall better way.
What is up, everybody? It's Stephen Mullins here. We are at the University of Texas again for round 2. Today's topic is, what would you grade Joe Biden on his presidency so far on a A through F scale? If you had to grade Joe Biden on an A through F scale, what would you give him so far on the presidency?
I'd say a C.
If you had a grade on an A through F scale, Joe Biden's presidency, what would you grade it thus far?
Yikes. I'd say a C or a D.
A solid B, not really outstanding at all, but not offensive.
Like a B minus.
B, lots of good ideas happening, but not a whole lot of implementation from what I've seen.
Like a C, you?
I was leaning towards D.
Yeah.
So C minus then?
I would do a B. Solid B.
For what I've seen, I would probably give him a C.
B plus. No explanation.
B minus, better than the alternative.
Yeah.
What would you say that you like about him to get him in that C range? Like what things that he has done, I guess, that you say you would like?
I would say it's less of what he's done and more what he hasn't done. I feel like in comparison, just with Trump, he's not as controversial, first of all. There's a quote, I forgot by who, but someone says that the president is the moral leader of the nation. I don't feel like Joe Biden is the moral leader of our nation. He's just Sleepy Joe.
A B, B plus, B minus, these sound like good passing grades. What would you say that you like about Joe Biden?
Like as a person or as a president?
As a president.
Okay. I like his policies on healthcare, trying to expand Medicaid and Medicare to more people.
There are more things that I don't like than what I do like.
I mean, it's nothing stellar, but we're passing by, I guess is kind of how it's...
We're getting through?
Yeah.
It's getting worse, though.
No, for sure.
Environmental policies than previous presidents have had. Although, like I said, not much implementation, but the thought is there.
What would you say you like about him, I guess?
I feel like there's good intention. I feel like he's working hard for the country, but I don't know. We're still kind of struggling a bit.
I think he's done anything extravagant or anything to actually unite or I don't think he's a moral leader. I just think he's kind of just a placeholder.
So what do you like that he's done that you would say would justify this B?
I think that he has handled Ukraine pretty well so far. I think that he's also gotten us out of the pandemic with mostly ease. It's a difficult situation for pretty much any president to handle in that way.
Just compared to where we've been in the past presidency, regardless of his policy and stuff like that, the content of the American people, it kind of just seems I guess that it's a little bit more stable now. And that there's a little bit less uprising and stuff like that.
I don't really like how he changed the whole birthing people type of thing, because in my opinion, they're women and not birthing people. For me, that's just disrespectful.
It's an insult.
Yeah, it is, in my opinion. But yeah,
You take away what a woman actually is and what makes a woman. You're taking away those qualities that are inherent to a woman only.
exactly. Yeah, I totally agree with you on that.
I like that he's not accused of sexual assault and he's not just blatantly racist.
More personable than other candidates, so
I just think that he's leading this country in a, I don't know, more professional and just a overall better way.
My appeal to him is more so what they were talking about. I mean, the policies, yeah, I agree very much so with that, but just the way that he presents himself, how he's not
a creep.
Yeah.
But then of course, he has his faults, right? I know I don't really follow politics too much, but I know there is some dissatisfaction. His polls are going down. So he's not perfect, but
Him on something like foreign policy, say with Afghanistan or Ukraine. What would you grade him on that?
I kind of agree on like the economic sanctions on Russia, because I don't think that like we should send troops over there to Ukraine.
Overall was a B. Ukraine specifically, what would you rate that?
B plus, A minus.
As far as Ukraine goes, I think he's actually handling it decently right now, because the last thing we want to do is to escalate tensions with Russia and with NATO.
Want a war.
Right. We don't want a war, and if U.S. does instigate, right, it can become like a bigger scale, and that worries all of us.
I'm not very knowledgeable about foreign policy, honestly, so I don't think I could give a grade.
I don't think I could grade either. I didn't keep up with it, but I feel like more probably could have been done.
What do you think on his foreign policy with Afghanistan and Ukraine?
Can you tell me exactly what that is?
Their countries? No. What do you think about the $14 billion that we're sending over to Ukraine for military and humanitarian aid?
I think that there's a reason why we're spending that money, and if it prevents a war, then I'm all for it. I would gladly pay another $5 on my gas if it means that people in other places don't have to worry about their lives being at risk.
Him sending aid. So is he sending aid specifically to Ukraine to fund the military with weapons, or is it more to the civilian population?
It's both military and humanitarian.
Yeah, that's a tough question, honestly. My answer is inconclusive. I'm not really sure.
That's crazy. And
That could go to our gas and food.
exactly. And all this funding towards Ukraine doesn't even go towards that, And honestly, I feel like the media has been, the whole, yes, support Ukraine, but f Russia, And it's I feel like they're not saying both sides. I mean, Russia's not entirely innocent, but neither is Ukraine,
I just think that war in general is something that should be avoided at all costs, and we should defend nations that are in need of defending.
What do you guys think about the recent inflation and gas prices that have been going up?
I take the bus. So
Wait, do you eat food?
I eat food, yeah.
Okay, what do you think about food prices going up?
I'm a college student, so everything's already incredibly expensive. But I think
Now it's more.
yeah, we're not handling it very well. It shouldn't be this high.
We have record inflation of over 40 years right now.
I had something to say about inflation. I can't remember.
You're saying you like inflation?
No.
I think that inflation is largely due to the circumstance. The economy will always be affected by social problems and just overall economic insecurity, and a lot of that was caused by the COVID pandemic, and so it only makes sense that that we're having a high right now because our economy was at a low for such a long time.
We had the best economy numbers-wise during Trump, right before COVID, and then when COVID happened,
The best ever? How so?
we had the lowest unemployment numbers, especially with minorities. We had the highest grossing income of families in the U.S.
How did we have such a high job rate only for it to go down so much? That doesn't make sense to me.
Well, when COVID happened, a lot of people were unemployed, and so this is where those jobs went. They didn't disappear in a sense of they were vanished, but they were temporarily stopped because of the whole COVID situation. And so now COVID was extended, the unemployment benefits were extended, so these people are not working. And a lot of money's been printed over the past year and a half to where the value of our money has gone down because we keep printing new money. So people are saying this is causes for the inflation because we're printing all this money and we're stopping people from going to work. So our supply chain is getting hit because we have people staying at home getting free printed money. When Biden got in office, one of the first things he did was shut down the Keystone Pipeline, and that transported a lot of oil. And then he shut down leases of companies to do fracking to get more oil because we were energy independent under Trump, and then now we're not. We're relying on other countries. Our gas, I don't know if you remember, but 2018-19, it was $2, even went under $2 in 2020 for a little bit. And then now it's I saw it $4 the other day, now it's $3.60, $3.70.
I think with gas prices, I know a lot of people blame it on Biden, but also we're coming out of the pandemic and there's a lot more traffic and gas consumption than there has been in the past 2 years, and so supply demand, as we need more, it's going to go up. And also as we're heading into the summer months, gas normally goes up as well. It's not just the president's fault that gas is going up.
Do you think that limiting our access to the resources that we have here was a good idea or a bad idea based on what we're seeing with the price on gas now?
I think limiting it without good alternatives is a bad idea. I am not for oil, just because it damages the earth, and fracking also damages like our environment. But we do need good alternatives before just like putting it away, because people are going to get upset. It's going to build resentment with people.
Gas prices are like not, I don't think they're a huge worry. Like, I don't think that that's something that people should be worrying about. Like, there's a lot of other issues.
Like paying double for gas, you don't think that's too bad?
No, I mean, if America had a good public transportation system, we wouldn't have to worry about gas.
I don't have a car, so it's not like I'm.
So you're good.
Yeah, I'm kind of good.
On that part.
Yeah. But I know, like,
But you do eat, right?
yeah. I do.
Okay. So what do you think about food prices?
They have gone up, right? I mean, it's always a bad thing, you know.
Money's been devaluing every day that we're printing new money. So like you had $1 today, tomorrow it's 90 cents, you know, and every day it goes down. So the inflation is being caused by these things right there. So what would you grade him on, I guess, the printing of money and the extension of COVID benefits for unemployment?
Yeah, that would be enough for me too. Yeah.
With Afghanistan, we had our troops there and all that for, I don't know, 20-something years or whatever. A lot of people have complaints about the way we pulled out of Afghanistan because we took out our military first. We left our civilians there. We left people that we protected there, and we left billions of dollars of equipment there. Now this equipment's in the hands of the Taliban. They have one of the largest Black Hawk air forces now that is due to us giving it to them, essentially. What are your thoughts on how we pulled out of Afghanistan?
I really do not know too much about the topic, so like I want to do more research before regrading, but it is not probably a good idea to just like pull everyone out without, you know, finishing the job, I guess, like leaving the supplies and like equipment there.
You see, here's where I'm going to be contradicting myself, because I said that I would rather just like not have people suffering, and a lot of Afghanistan like involvement was to have that goal. However, I do think that we have overstayed our visit there.
Afghanistan, that's like super hard. I'm not like that educated on Afghanistan, like the whole thing. So I don't know if he pulled out right or pulled out wrong, but it seems like he did it wrong, but I don't know why. So I'm not like that educated on it.
People who pull out wrong, they pay for it for 18 years.
I don't know much on the topic, and I don't know, like, I don't think I would put the blame on like one person in particular and take away on his grade.
I think if we could do it all over again, we definitely should have. I think that there's 1,000 different ways we could have left and 1,000 different ways we could have done it better.
We sent people in there and they died trying to save other people. So now we have deaths now over there. So those deaths, you could say, were because of his actions. Even if they weren't directly intended for that, they were a consequence of the actions that he took there.
Yeah, same. I think I'd like to like research more about the behind the scenes of it and see how everything went down.
Me too.
He is the commander-in-chief, though, so it is on him. Whatever does happen, the consequences of that action will be on him.
I'd probably say like a D. I think that like obviously we're putting efforts in, and that's important that we're trying to help the people because we have the resources to, but also loss of life is obviously never the answer that we want. So
I don't know if it's like all on Biden, because I don't think we should have been in Afghanistan to begin with. So I think it's more like an American, like the system, like the military system.
Do you think the responsibility would be on the current president to handle the situation that you're given the best way you can? Would you say that's reasonable to ask?
I think we should at least try our best. It was a bad move because it hurt us, it hurts them, it hurts everyone involved, and it gives dangerous people more power to hurt more people.
Grade the pullout on an A through F. How would you grade that?
I'm not. Honestly, I've never even heard that. What I've heard is that Al Qaeda has been like the lowest that it's ever been in all these years. So I'm not quite sure about that. But as for the pullout, I mean,
they got videos of them with our military gear on, with our guns, learning how to fly our helicopters. So if they were at the lowest, they got a big boost now because they have all this equipment now.
Okay, well, from my previous understanding of it all, I would say a solid, like a C. Like we did it. Good job. Like you're passing. Like okay.
Afghanistan, F, just because I think it was a kind of a total demise.
Give him on a grade on that.
That was probably a D.
Yeah, flat D,
Yeah,
maybe
probably.
D, F.
So originally you said a C overall, but you've only given me an F and 2 Ds. So
Yeah, we can put it down into smaller categories. I'm just trying to be nice.
A D. Yeah.
In general, I don't think he's been doing a great job, so I'm sticking with the D's.
it's a hard D on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it dropped the overall from C- to probably a D now.
Yeah.
Joe Biden being walked around by a bunny the other day on Easter. What are your thoughts on that? And who is this bunny?
I think it's Q. Yeah, Q is
Q?
the bunny is Q.
The bunny is Q.
So is the Easter bunny who's in control or what? Like, how does that go? Is he the one controlling Biden? Like, what is that?
The Easter Bunny, you know, from what I mean, maybe, you know, it could be.
Could be. You don't know.
You know, no one ever really knows.
Leading him around saying, hold on, come over here. We're going to go do this. Or come over here.
He was trying to show the people how like the shadow government is guiding Biden.
That's true.
Good theory right there.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I like that.
He's the leader of the cabal.
Would you want Joe Biden to run back in 2024 or you want the bunny to run instead? That's the true question right now.
Kanye, what do you mean?
Yeah, I'll go with Kanye.
2024.
2024
I like Kanye.
exactly. I'll go for Kanye. I don't see any other like solution than the bunny is Q.
Visual metaphor for like going down the rabbit hole.
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah.
Which is,
That is a good one right there.
I hope this isn't taken out of context.
Interviewing at his showing love. He been on a mission, yeah, trying to get it out the mud.
All right, guys, here's another one in the books. I am leaving Austin right now. It was a great day. We got some good comments. We got some good conversation. If you like the video, go ahead and leave a like. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you have any questions, leave a comment in the comment section, and I will see you guys next time.
No jogging, hit that target, college level, get that noggin, yeah. Feeling like Jack Harlow out here, I got options, yeah. Camera rolling, catching footage, ain't no stopping, yeah. You know he gon' talk noise, uncensored white boy. Only thing he fear is God, trying to make the right choice.